So, okay, ladies, this is week one business math. Today I know we've been having problems with WebAssign, and um, right now I only have 3 students that have gotten in. And it's Robin, Victor, and Rebecca. So does someone else, Sherry, Mary, Brianna, Ashley, let's try to get you guys set up here so we can look at the WebAssign. Now there is a okay, Sherry. Yeah, if you can't on your phone, then you can try it on your whatever computer you're using when you get to it. Now you should be looking at, well, hopefully, share. Let's try to share this again, make sure I'm sharing the right one. Okay, well, I'm going to show you here on the home. Can y'all see my page that I'm sharing? Oh yeah, I go over my other one.
Yes.
Okay. Down here it says instructions for WebAssign sign up. If you click that and click again, this is going to give you a PDF. So you shouldn't need to write it down. If you haven't enrolled, and Robin's already enrolled, so you shouldn't have to do this again. You should just be able to go to webassign.net and log in with your credentials.
It tells me access restricted when I click on the link.
Sorry about that, Ashley. Are you faculty, Sherry?
No.
What's got you set up as faculty with student access? So Sherry's on, Robin, and Rebecca. Ashley said she's on her phone, so that comes out. What about Brianna or Mary?
Hi, Mr. Steven. This is Ashley. I'm not on my phone. It just tells me access denied.
Okay, you want to, here, let's try this over again. You want to share your screen here and let's look and see what it's telling you.
I didn't have that before, I promise. It told me access denied. Thank you. I can't hear you if you're talking to me.
Go to webassign.net in another tab. Before you do that, go and to where it says course key down here. Go copy that where it says ccc.ok.0186. Not the course key part, just the other part. There we go. Okay, and Control C that or copy. There you go. Now go to another tab. Hit webassign.net. Should just be able to add a tab to it.
Sorry, I can't see my toolbar with this thing. There we go.
All right, you're good. All right, let's go into enter class key. And just Control V that or paste it however you want to do it. Roll. Okay. Now let's scroll on down, hit continue. Mary's getting the same thing.
Okay, and just use the same info that we do for the other Cengage account.
It should. Hold on, before you do anything, let me double check. I always have to look again because I had to go through different steps. So hold on, class key isn't recognized. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. If you should have a Cengage account, see if it'll let you sign in under your regular stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Well, make sure to let you on. This is becoming a real pain, isn't it? What do you mean you can't log on, Sherry?
I can't log on to Cengage on my phone. It won't let me.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So I'll have to do it when I get home.
Okay, well, we're just gonna move forward. I don't know. I'm gonna say mind tap. Did anybody? Let me see. Who was? Robin, did you get Google Chrome installed?
Are all the spaces included in the class key?
I'm sorry.
Are all the spaces included?
The only thing you should need on the class key is just the, where is that? Just the ccc.ok. Yeah, all the spaces there. That should be fine. What browser are you using, Avery?
I'm on Safari on my Mac.
Safari? Okay, try to sign on and see. No, it's not showing up in the store. Okay.
It's letting me go a lot farther than I was able to go last time.
Okay. Is actually, can you mind sharing your screen and let me see what you got going on?
Yeah. Do that. Okay.
Okay, Sherry, that you should still be able to use your credentials to get on, I would think. Oh, look at you. So you're on.
Okay, is this it?
That is it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we've got one person on. Let me double check. Refresh my roster. Okay, you're there, Avery. Robin, so I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to pull up Microsoft Edge. Share screen. You should be able to see that. All right, so if you just search for Google Chrome, and then you can go down here to the Chrome web browsers, google.com/Chrome/ index.html. And then you hit download Chrome, you should be able to download it that way. And you can, and like I said, I'll go ahead and move forward with what we're, the other stuff we're trying to do here, and then you can just kind of keep me updated, and we'll try to get you on as well. Okay, I don't know about anybody else, but my allergies are killing me today. Have been for like all week. So we'll get rid of that. And all right, so let's go through here. When you get on, this is what you guys should see. Now, I would just go ahead to webassign.net every single time and sign on once you get in. I've never had this many problems out of, I mean, there's usually one or two, and it's usually just some hinky things, but I've never had this many problems with WebAssign. And I think part of it is Cengage, MindTap, WebAssign. They were having so many issues today. I think I sent everybody an email. And if you saw that picture I sent, there was a red bar saying, hey, we're having problems. The team's on it. So once you get to this point, once you click on the homeworks, here you go. Now, some of the cool stuff you can do here, they've got a read it button. And I'm completely, oh, well, that's some, all right. So gotta be smarter than they quit working with. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna open up a student view. All right, so once you guys get signed on, this is what it should look like. Once you get here, you just go to your homeworks, like chapter 1. Now, some of the cool things I was going to talk about here, if you get stuck, there's a read it section, and it will take you to the book and the chapter where you need to start reading at. As you go down, there's also, on some of these problems, there's a watch it. And when you find that, there will be, let me make sure I can share my sound. Wrong button. There will be a video.
Here we have a number, and we'd like to write the word name. We've got the digits 504841.
Okay, so that's how that works. Those are really, really, really useful. Actually, you don't. You can submit the whole assignment. I usually, to be honest, I would, once I had an answer, let's look at this one. Read and write the following whole number in numerical and word form. So it's 986,475. $6,475. And you can submit an answer, and that's going to lock it in for you. And it's also going to tell you if you got it right or wrong. Now, how about I go ahead and make do with say 740,325, 740,003. I'm going to answer it wrong. And you can see you've gotten it wrong. So what you do over here is you say, okay, and 740,325. I'll answer it and submit my answer again, and bada bing, it tells you got it right. So you get one more than one bite at the apple if you do it like that, Sherry. So that becomes, like I said, a real good thing. You can tell if you got it wrong or right. Oh, did I actually? Oh, there it is. I got it wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and try again. And that time I got it right. If you utilize that, your grade's going to look a lot better. Does anybody have any issues with that part there?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, so once we get everybody in, I think we should be fine. I think it may be a browser issue. You either need to go out and clean out the cache, the cookies, and the history out of your, okay, sweet Robin. If you clean all that out, and I'm gonna show you how to do it in Chrome, you have to be signed into Microsoft. I think with Microsoft Edge, it becomes a real pain in the butt. But here, if you're in Chrome like I am, I hit my 3 dots and I go down to settings and then privacy and security. And I'm gonna go to clear browsing data. And like I said, I did it for the last 24 hours. Mary cleared yours, no dice. Mary, do you mind sharing screens? I'll get off here and then we can look and see what's going on with yours as well. If you can share your screen, Mary, that way we can see where you're at. Oh no, I got you. I run two monitors myself. I've got a really cool 32-inch curve monitor over here on my right side, and the best thing I ever bought. I got mine, I think it was 2 years ago on a Black Friday sale. So I got it on the cheap, and it was really, 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 mine's a Acer. You can't get them that cheap now. All right, so you are, what browser is that? Is that Chrome? All right, let's get out of your dashboard and roll here. Let's get out of your business math. In fact, yeah, get out of everything for a minute. You have to open back up again. Open your, end up with browser again. And it doesn't look like you're sharing right now. There we go. Okay, so we're at webassign.net. Have you already entered your class key? Okay. All right, let's hit continue.
And that's where it stops every time.
Open up another tab and let's get rid of the dashboard and roll. Robin's in, yay. Okay, right. I said, open up your new tab here. Let's get rid of the dashboard and roll. Because we're going to try a couple of more quick things before we give up on it.
Okay, what now?
Okay, before you do anything else, go over here to the three dots. Okay, let's go to settings. To the left where it says privacy and security. Okay, clear browsing data up one. Do the last, well, you don't have to do 4 weeks, but what do you feel comfortable with? Okay. Are you're not in incognito, are you?
No.
Now let's go to webassign.net. Okay. All right, instead of going to class key, let's go ahead and try to sign in directly. Yeah, accept your cookies.
I love cookies.
Come on. Give me something.
Oh, look at that.
Score.
Uh,
Maybe. Okay. See if you can find your class in there. It's law. BC. Principles. I don't see business math in there. Try to hit enter access course key, see if that'll take us there. I've never been to that screen, so that's new.
is it this?
Can you scroll down and click left, see if that on that one, see what it'll do.
This one?
Well, let's see that one right there.
This one.
That's
Right
all
here?
it's giving you, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's medical terminology.
Yep.
All right, one more time. Log out of this, should be on your left under where it says Mary. Okay. And then once it logs you out, let's go to webassign.net again and try to get back on and see what it tells us. You can't, yeah, you have to go to WebAssign just because, yeah. Now let's go to sign in. Let's see what it tells us this time. Oh. Okay. Come on, give me something. Give me something good here. Okay, under course. Let's see. We'll find out under courses. I have no idea why it's doing this. I have no idea why you're having an issue. Okay. We don't want mine tap. What are we doing here? All right. Oh, you're in. Let's get rid of all that. All right. So you're there. Or you're in the book.
Mhm.
All right. We're going to have to figure out why it's not letting you in the course. Because yeah, it's got you in Mind Tap here, and that is not where you should be. You can, I mean, yeah, you can read the book from Mind Tap, but you cannot. It has to be on WebAssign to get to the actual course. All right, let's try one more time to go to webassign.net and enter the course key like we did the first time. Okay. Continue. Is your internet usually this slow, or is it just on this website?
No, I live in an internet black hole. I'm lucky I get anything. I live like nowhere.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the God bless
Yeah,
America.
I'm
Okay.
really sorry. I'm so very
No, no, no.
sorry.
No. It's not your, this is just really frustrating. Okay. Well, what I'm going to have you do is get a hold of Cengage proper and see if they can walk you through it, because we're just beating the same old horse here. Oh, whoa, what we got here? What?
Maybe.
Fingers crossed. My assignments. There it is for some reason. Click on
Okay.
one and make sure it takes you to the right place. Yeah, I wasn't trying to throw shade at your internet. I just want to make sure, like I said, it was
Yeah, if
that, not something
Starlink
else.
will ever get a satellite in the sky above me, I'm all set. I have everything set up. I just have to wait for the satellite to be in space.
Okay, so you're good. You're good there.
Excellent.
Okay. What does everybody think? Are we do we have permission to do other things now? Anybody else need help? We'll take silence as a no. Okay, what I'm going to do is there's one thing, and it's not on the web page, but there is a video I like to show. Most of you may have already seen it. But I'm not, I don't remember who's seen what in half these classes. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. The caveat to what I'm about to show you here is it doesn't give you answers, but it does give you some insight into why Sherry's doing the same thing. Sherry, just fight with it. I hate to say fight with it, but fight with it like we did with Mary, and if you can't get on, then my next suggestion is maybe you can hop on a chat with Cengage later and see if they can help you solve it, because at this point it doesn't make any sense. And maybe it's part of the problems they were having earlier. And today I noticed when Mary brought hers up, there was still that little box saying that there was problems with it. So I don't know. Or if you want to work on it with me after everybody else leaves here in a minute, you and I can just kind of work through it together. So, but this is I'm a huge Jordan Peterson fan, and
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? What, and not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to crawl on its belly when that's what it does?
Your attention.
now and the basics of this is why is it maybe it may be your phone. Well, let me know and I'll try to be the best help I can. This is one of the things was why it's so hard to sit down and get work done. Maybe this will help put it in perspective and give you ideas on how to help correct it.
For example, is mediated by unconscious forces. And you know that perfectly well. And this is another Freudian observation. If you're sitting down to study, for example, your conscious intent is to study. But you know perfectly well that all sorts of distraction fantasies are going to enter the theater of your imagination non-stop and annoyingly. And there isn't really a lot you can do about that except maybe wait it out. So you'll be sitting there reading and your attention will flicker away. You'll think about, I don't know, maybe you want to watch Jane the Virgin on Netflix or something like that. Or maybe it's time to have a peanut butter sandwich, or you should get the dust bunnies out from underneath the bed, or it's time to go outside and have a cigarette, or maybe it's time for a cup of coffee. Or it's like all these subsystems in you that would like something aren't very happy just to sit there while you read this thing that you're actually bored by. And so they pop up and try to take control of your perceptions and your actions non-stop. Maybe you think, well, this is a stupid course anyways. Why do I have to read this damn paper? And what am I doing in university? And what's the point of life? It's like you can really get going if you're trying to avoid doing your homework. And then you might think, well, what is it in you that's trying to avoid? Because after all, you took the damn course and you told yourself to sit down. Why don't you listen? Well, because you're a mess. That's basically why. You haven't got control over yourself at all. And no more than I have control over this laptop. Okay, so there's the memory function of the unconscious, and there's the dissolutive function. That's an interesting one. The unconscious contains habits, once voluntary, now automatized, and dissociated elements of the personality, which may lead a parasitic existence. That's an interesting one. I would relate that more to procedural memory. You know, so what you've done is practice certain habits, whatever they might be. Let's call them bad habits. And you like those things to get under control, but you can't. So maybe when you're speaking, for example, you use like and you know, and you say a lot. And you've practiced that, so you're really good at it. And you'd like to stop it, but you don't get to, because you've built that little machine right into your being, right? It's neurologically wired, and it's not under conscious control. And anything you practice becomes that. It becomes part of you, and that's another element of the unconscious, a different part. And then there's a creative part, which is that, well, you know, you're sitting around and maybe you're trying to write something, or maybe you want to produce a piece of art or a piece of music, or maybe you're just laying in bed dreaming, and you have all these weird ideas, and especially in dreams, it's like, where do those things come from? And even more strange, one of the things that's really weird about dreams, and almost impossibly weird, is that you're an observer in the dream. It's like a dream is something that happens to you. Well, you're dreaming it, theoretically, so how is it that you can be an observer? It's almost like you're watching a video game or a movie, but you're producing it, at least in principle, although the psychoanalysts would say, well, no, not exactly. Your ego isn't producing it. Your unconscious is producing it. It's a different thing. It's a different thing. And of course, Jung would say, well, it's deeper than that. The collective unconscious might be producing it. It's, in some sense, it isn't you exactly, or it isn't the you that you think of when you think of you. And that's the ego from the Freudian perspective, the you that you identify with. That's the ego. And outside of that is the unconscious. The id, that's more the place of impulses. And you could think about those as the biological subsystems that can derail your thinking, right? And that govern things like hunger and sex and aggression and your basic instincts is another way of putting it. And it's a reasonable way of thinking about it, because these are subsystems that you share with animals. You share them certainly with mammals. You share most of them with reptiles. You share a lot of them with amphibians, and even going all the way down to crustaceans. There's commonality, for example, in the dominance hierarchy circuits. And so these are very, very old things. And the idea that you're in control of them is, well, you're not exactly in control of them. And I would say the less integrated you are, the less you're in control of them, and the more they're in control of you. And that can get really out of hand, you know. You can be, like with people who have obsessive compulsive disorder, for example, which seems to be, I would say, the dissolutive elements in some sense of the unconscious, the way that it's portrayed here. Poor people with obsessive compulsive disorder, they can spend half their time doing things that they can't really control, and they have very strong impulses to do them, and it's very hard on them to block them. You know, they'll almost panic if those things are blocked. And then you have people with Tourette's syndrome, you know, that they'll be doing all sorts of weird dances and spouting off obscenities and imitating people without being able to control it, and sometimes a little bit of antipsychotic medication can dampen that down, but it's as if there are these autonomous semi-spirits inside of them that grip control over their behavior and make them do things. And you know, you find that to some degree in your own life, because maybe you've become very attracted to someone, even maybe you don't want to be attracted to the person, and then you find yourself, you know, texting them when you know perfectly well that you should be going to bed, and you know, you're in a grip of something, and you can't control it, and that's all part of the unconscious and all part of what Freud was studying.
All right, I always find that to be really interesting, and kind of an explanation of why you have such a hard time getting, you know, sitting down, making yourself do work. It's more when you're in a traditional classroom, you know, it's a little easier to maneuver to where you need to be, because you know you're usually not going to play on your phone, or you're not going to, you know, you may drift in and out of what's going on, but at least there's some sort of I can't even think of the word now, but you know, there's something there. Yeah, there we go. And when you're having to work from home, like, you know, do this here, you know, I work from home on Thursdays and Fridays, and I swear sometimes it's so difficult. You know, man, I you know, I work for a minute and say, well, I really need to put those clothes in the dryer, or I need to go unload. Is this dishwasher done? I think I need to go unload those dishes, right? And So some of the things I do, I put myself on I hate to call it a schedule, but I decide and some people do it by time, I do it by project. So I'm gonna say, I'm going to finish this thing here in front of me, and then I'm gonna reward myself with 5 or 10 minutes of getting up and unload dishes is not a reward, but I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go back, do what I need to do, come back, sit down, and do the next project. Maybe go back, get a sandwich, come back, next project. And it helps keep me engaged. Um, you know, Otherwise, like I said, we're just bound to drift off into never land watching YouTube videos or playing on Facebook. And that's one of those things too. If I don't have another thing to do, I'm going to finish a certain project, and then maybe I can spend 10 minutes on YouTube watching some stupid video about um, Komodo dragon eating a deer, which is something I saw the other day, and it's crazy. But so that's just a little insight, hopefully. If you guys need to, here's should be the Zoom link. And if you need to talk to me, see my big head in the picture there. Here's the office phone, but the best way to get a hold of me is to either email or you can text me from this number here. That's even, you can call me at that too if you need to. So that's just so you know where we're at. Any questions or concerns so far? Because we're out of time. We spent all our time trying to get this internet thing squared away. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to nope. Okay. I am going to stop recording.